definitely prefer power, sir. Definitely prefer power. To me, it just doesn't make any sense to be buff. It don't make no sense at all. You're you're jumping toward the masses of the DPS and number chasing. And let's break down the math. And when I mean math, let's talk about the money's been spent. Like, number one, it's bad enough DC Universe, the devs and the creators, is telling people what to do in their pockets. It's bad enough they're doing that. But here we are, that little wave is coming on to other people like the DPSs who want to get everything they can to get them higher crits and so forth. But then they want to push that agenda on us, the main support roles, the healers, the regular trolls. Because we have to think back before it was before artifacts came up. Well, let's think back when the skill point, we had the actual skill point tree, when you had to move the skill points around a little bit to get the extra damage, or that extra little five of Vite for your troller. I don't know if too many people remember those days. I think it was Heartlight was number one. They can get the extra 5 for the Vite. Then we had the Quantum stepped on it, introduced themselves with a skill point tree. After that, Artifacts was introduced, which is fine. But we still have to remember, the Artifacts, especially the CC weapons, it was for a group effort to get the raids done. A group effort to get the alerts done. But instead, we want to max out the potential of a DPS when individually a DPS by himself got too much to burn on his own. But then if we see another DPS, artifacts can be like 160, artifacts can be 140. He can have the same loadout, the same skill points, but the fact he don't have them artifacts, another DPS will come in real quick and call him trash. So no. It might be fun if you got the money to throw away like that. And again, I'm not going to tell nobody individually what to do with their pockets. I'm not going to tell them that. But at the same time, like me, myself, all my artifacts is for around power. If you want buffs, the only buffs you're going to get from me is that heart buff, that defensive buff, that prick buff. If you want some extra damage, I advise that DPS to put in the extra 200, 300 bucks to what it takes to raise up the artifacts to 200. Give it to DC Universe. DC Universe gonna tell you, thank you, bitch, on the low. Hey, you're not gonna get any. You're not gonna get any. Now let's just say, because most people when they talk, they say, "Oh man, you know you're being biased." Okay, let's jump our foot to the other side, not on the negative one. Let's try hard now and focus on some positives on the buff troll. Okay, I may be seeing one, but it's still focusing on the DPS. So if they got the amulet around, that's one. Okay, that's cool. That's a troll. For troll, predominantly troll. It gives the benefits of the multiple buffs. Great, perfect. Extra 40% and then some. Great. And then you have the tetrahedron. Whoa. Let's step back a minute now. I'm not reading anything power consumed that's lacking down, that dumb it down trolls a little bit. But again, I'm still trying to put my foot in that left shoe and trying to get that right shoe kind of fitting in there where it helps out on a positive note. I'm still tasting it. It tastes like DPS helping them out a little bit. Okay, then you have the other artifact, the cog, that raises out the prick a little bit. I'm still not hearing anything positive about the helping out the troll. It's still dumbing the troll down a little bit. Okay, let's the claw. Woo! Throw in a claw. You got to ramp up that bad boy to 200 to maximize its potential for both parties. Again, for both parties. It helps out the troll a little bit, but it focuses out mostly again on DPS. And not trying to throw no shade on a Sit and Chill, not trying to make it a clickbait on Sit and Chill, anything else. But when I saw that again, I was a straight fan of Sit and Chill from the beginning, because his main goal was to help roles, to help them build decent loadouts to get by in regular raids, and to help you as a guide to, if you feel like you want to be elitist, you think you can step up, because again, we have 3 levels. We got the event, number 1. We got the regular, number 2. We got elite, and if you want to count number 4 for survival modes, it's being introduced. So if you think you can step it up, great. He gives you those suggestions for artifacts. He gives you those suggestions for the artifacts and skill points to load out. That was in the beginning when he was doing that, and somehow he went left. So left with that, it's pretty much is following by the masses when I seen the buff troll video that he did. And I'm not saying not to do it. I'm not saying not to jump on it. If you want the option, great. But if you come into an elite raid and everybody asking for a buff troll, you're cutting out everybody else. You're cutting out me, who's elitist, that know what they're doing. You cutting another troll know what they're doing. But, and here's the funny part. The ability of a troll doing anything except giving power is ridiculous. And don't forget the pickups. Don't forget the buffs. And if, again, and now, let's just say we call mics is not on. Let's just say we don't even have mics. So a troll, not at the time, a troll can see everything fucking coming before almost anybody else. It's literally almost the number 1 power to see the role, to see everything coming. Why? Because a troll is supposed to be behind the lines. Tank is first. DPS is second. Heal is a third. Or heals a third and fourth with the troll. The troll and healer is battle buddies. I say it again. The troll and healers are battle buddies. So why we got a troll as a buff all the way up in the tank's ass? Why we got a buff troll all the way under the next to DPS telling us some, hey, I got you. That don't make any sense. That doesn't make any sense. Yeah, that's predominantly any role. But again, we know not every DPS. I don't want to knock, because it's one DPS like, hey man, only DPS, I got this, and that's great. That's you. Do you, boo boo. But at the same time, you know the percentage rate of a DPS is gonna pick somebody up, a body next to them. Literally, a body can drop right in their face. What's the percentage of a DPS gonna pick them up? None. Maybe 2%. If he's a smart, competent DPS, he'll pick him up. But no, you got all these number chasers. So who's number 1 in the front line is going to do pickups? Is that troll. That's all they're going to do is pick it up. And that's crazy. And I shouldn't even for electric. Between electric and sorcery is like the number 1. And I'm not saying it became close to power horse. So why would healer? I seen a healer like Lily doing pickups. So I'm telling all of them, hey, when I come in there, as soon as I come in there, I had guys, no lie, back in the day used to carry their league as trolls. Scroll down all my videos back in T5, T6s, but just the cusp of when artifacts came out. I trolled everything. And even further back, when it used to be 2 trolls, we used to have 2 and 2 of everything. 2 tanks, 2 DPSs, 2 healers, 2 trolls. And they dumbed that down. Now you must be a solo tank. You must be a solo healer. You must be a buff troll. No, I don't. Nobody must do a goddamn thing. We don't must have to do shit. If you want me to do it, again, let's break down the ranks. DC Universe with the devs and the number chasing DPS. Give me $900 fucking dollars. Give me $900 fucking dollars for each of my artifacts ranking up. I will sit here in this bitch all fucking day in this elite and buff the hell out and do my job at the same time. You would never have a problem out of me. Never. But at the same time while I'm doing that, even for example for the EOG healers out there, which is We're ridiculous for even doing that. And I fell in line on that one. If I'm doing that, if I'm spamming EOGing and I'm doing my best is buffing a group, which it doesn't cost literally nothing to buff a group with Tekrahijon, with Cog, with Claw. It doesn't take much effort to do that, but you're dumbing us down. So if I'm doing that now, mind you, and the DPSs and the group is wiping consistently over the easiest mechanics, FSGE, FBE, COUE, first, second, and last boss. Why do I need to even waste my time even putting in artifacts for your dumbass when you the one keep fucking dying? That's the crazy part. That's the fucking crazy part. Why am I spamming EOGing consistently to give your supercharge up, built up for you to do the maximized damage? What I heard one could do like what, over up to 1 million on a crit, but yet you're dying? You're dying? What the hell? Does that make any sense to me? Does it make any sense to you? Does it make any sense to even your league mate? I had a guy come in here, like, we had a whole chop it up talking. Like, hey man, what's going on? I mean, good conversation. Nobody's hate nobody. I appreciate it. But at the same time, exactly. Bro, Lecture was like the second power. I had to master because, again, when I first learned Lecture, it was the most power consuming ever. Quick as hell, 0.2 seconds for the cooldown, 0.3, 0.2. That is the most power you have to master. Once you get that down, sky's the limit for electric. Sky's the limit. But why are you asking me as an electric healer, which most would say, oh man, this is the easiest power in the world? No, sir. You can't say every power is the easiest power in the world because guess what? People was learning. So if I mastered a power, I'm learning each different loadout to its fullest potential. I'm learning this one of the hardest shields in electric is electric supercharged shield, but you want me to swap that out for EOG? Or swap that out, swap the 4-man shield for supercharge for the EOG? That don't make any sense. Let me think about the group for a minute. Don't let me think about 5 hungry DPSs. I can't do it. I can't do it. And then once I do it, I had I'm not gonna call out names and throw nobody in the bus like that, but I had somebody literally in COUE crying for EOG. Hey man, you're gonna EOG if that's what you want. Hey, I do it. And I'm spamming EOGing. Where he go? Over there near to the tank, and he dying. And what was his complaint? Not excuse. What his complaint was when he died? Hey, Hatter, I didn't see no green. Dog, are you serious? Are you serious? You don't want... You ain't see that green next to you, but you dying at the same time? Or we get elitists in there? Hey, unbeknownst to me, it's like a heal. Everybody, we got 222s out of nowhere at the blue. He'll just automatically switch to switch to DPS. I look around like, am I the only healer? Okay, I guess I'm solo healing. Die for mechanic, die for mechanic, die for mechanic. Hatter, where's the heals, bro? Where's the heals? Where's the mechanics? Where's the mechanics? Never. It doesn't make sense. So I say this again to my real support roles out there, the real ones who don't care about the EOGN, but will throw it on once the blue for everybody else. DPS is never life. DPS is a never life. Is never life. And I again, I solely blame DC Universe because they put a cog in this bitch where it's in the backs of the DPSs. It's in the backs. We can get every feat, and I'll tell you a story. And again, it's crazy because it's before artifacts, and a lot of people that's been here like 2 years, they don't even understand that part. I seen groups back in the day for Con Elite. I mean, excuse me, not Elite, because it's Elite to us. Back in the day for Con raids, where we had to actually follow mechanics and stack the pots. Nobody don't understand that. Then we finally get to last boss of Shazam. Shazam had no bases on anybody. He go for everybody. I remember a group, they had all healers or all trolls and one tank, all support roles, and they got it done in the same time frame, that another DPS would do. That was before artifacts. SM. I knew they was gonna come for buff trolls. I knew this was kind of like, well, now I got to strategize. Let me figure out which role I want in there. I can't tank worth shit. I would never say I'm the best tank it is. I would never be able to say that. So it got to be between my heal and troll. I know my trolling are coming in because I'm not putting about 200 to 300 on each artifact to wrap it up to be a buff troll. I'm not gonna do that. That doesn't make any sense. I got to get my heal in there. My healer's good. We'll see what happens. What I see all through SM, shouts, buff troll, buff troll, buff troll, Leo. Hey, invite me. I can buff troll. They gave you number one priority. Number one priority. My poor league mate, he came back. He said, "Hey, I think I want to try. SM." I said, "Better go buff troll." Again, but I know he has the money. I can't tell him what to do with his pockets, but I know what he has. Hey, go and get your arts buffed up because they're going to take you over me. They don't want no power troll. They don't want it. I can slap on all DPS gear and have all my skill points up to power it out for my specs. They still won't take me. If you don't got them arts to buff up them, they don't want you. I promise you. And that is wrong with the group. This is wrong with DC Universe today. And you're very accurate, wifey. And let me tell you this one. We can be in a group together, be 8 people. Let's say if it's a pug group. And when I mean pug group, because people have a different definition of pug group. When I mean pug group, I randomly queue for something. But let's just say we're shouting LFG for a group. Everybody allegedly experienced now. Allegedly experienced. It's been over 2 months for the contest. So everybody should know what to do in there. Somebody acts and they die. And I look, let's say I might expect somebody might expect them and say, hey, and you might hear that one random question, because I'm bold enough to do it. I really don't care. I'll say, bro, you just want to just go straight power? All DPS to jump up. Nah, man, I need that 15k might. I need that 15 16 extra k prick. Huh? Why don't we just sit there and just keep wiping? Maybe the issue might be a power flow problem. You know what I'm saying? Between rage dump a lot of power. Maybe that might be the problem. Then a tank get offended. Nah, man, it ain't me. It can't be. Again, I didn't say you didn't know the mechanics. I didn't say you're not a good tank. I'm saying maybe it's a power flow problem. Because I'm looking at your bar. I'm troll number 1 first. So my mindset is looking at the blue bar. So your power set is dipping faster than the actual bloodthirsty DPSs. Your power is dipping lower than a troll that actually dumping power. So maybe you might need it. Or hell, maybe the healer might need it. Like I said, electric. Or nature. Or sorcery. It might be the moments where we need to spam parties just in case, just to get the group back up so we can rinse repeat. Maybe it's that. But nope. Everybody gets dead silent in a group when you make the suggestion, hey man, just, you know what? You know what's funny? I'm going to do it one time because I just do it just cuz. And I think I said it once. But I think all our fellow trolls that EOG spam, as soon as we get in a group, just make a comment and say, hey, I'm taking off my Eye of Gemini. Just type it in group chat or say it on the mic. Just say, hey, I'm taking off my EOG. Hey, I'm taking off my Kong. I'm taking off my my Tekrahijon. I'm taking off my Claw. And I guarantee you're going to see everybody jump up. Why are you going to do that? Yeah, they can. But see, they're not going to do that because, again, you got me, you, wifey, whoever. Let's just say all 4 of us in here. It would be smart for one of us or all of us to have it on. Help each other out, but they're not going to do that. You might have one of them DPS in there because, again, it still raises your stats for the DPS side. It still raises your stats for the DPS side. But, again, they want that solar amplifier, They want that. They want them other DPS artifacts. Raise them up with the stats. Plus, you make a fourth, traditionally a fourth artifact for them, and then traditionally a fifth artifact with a comp. You see how the DPS mind is going with that one? So you're thinking common sense. I'm thinking number chasing. You as a DPS, there you go. Again, you're thinking common sense. I'm thinking number chasing. So I'm going to go ahead and jump on as a DPS, as a number chasing DPS, as a number chasing, always dying. And I even seen a DPS hit so fucking hard. He had 70 to 80 million damage, 40 million damage over everybody else. And he died 10 times versus my 2. And he would come out of his mouth and say, hey guys, we need to burn. Hey guys, we're to burn. You got over 40 million damage over everybody else, but you're dying consistently. And a DPS would say, hey guys, where's the burn? I think you're deflecting, brother. I think you're deflecting. Explain that math to me. I'd rather sit here, play your role if you're a... Oh man, I hate that. Oh my God, I hate that. That's another one too. That's my kryptonite. I can't stand that artifact. I can't stand it. I seen it in SM mainly for one player in there. For some reason, he was just so hung up on that artifact. It is, but they don't understand. That's another one. They don't understand that. They don't understand that. They will argue that down. They will argue that down. But you have ones that will spam it all day.
Thanks for fighting for the people.
False numbers, that shit counts the damage you do to yourself on the board. Exactly. And same thing, it helps with the numbers on the board too for healers too, because technically all I'm doing is healing you. So if I'm giving you, let's say your health is maxed out with your skill points, maybe 150k, 160, 170, and you turn around and you're spamming that artifact, and then it comes back on us, we're healing you out for another extra 100k. That's crazy. Oh, I got some feet here. So now the conversation becomes buff versus power troll, mechanics versus numbers. Every other artifacts versus mechanics. And it all stems down to DC Universe. I know. I had a guy. I forgot where I was. I think I ran the queue for something. I think it was the new concept, but it was a regular. And I noticed his heals was like low, so he screams out in a group chat. He says, "Hey, but you pay for your artifacts." So I didn't want to go to a depth conversation because one of them I paid for. The other ones I actually slowly grind for him. It took a while. This is my healer. My healer's not even my main. And I said, I expected him. I expected a guy, and I looked. He didn't have two of his artifacts were DPS artifacts, and one artifact was a healer artifact. but he had the gear. I'm just gonna guess that his skill points was up to par. And I said, hey, I could take off my artifacts and we can when we done we can rerun this. I even replay you. That's how confident I am. I replay you and I still will out heal you, or I would still definitely stay on top of the mechanics, because the problem was he was dying when I guess the group expected him to just solo heal as regular, which I think any healer worth their salt can heal regular. It's not a big deal. But I understand, like, it's a game, you want teamwork, low help, and that's fine too, because I've done the same thing for my league. But if everybody queued in and you're the only healer, heal. Just heal. So I kept asking him, hey, I wouldn't mind. We could back out, we go back in, I'll take all at least maybe one, because we want to be even out, and I'll keep one of my artifacts and we can go at it. But I promise you, it seemed like you're going to die, or I'm going to heal you through from you not dying, or you're just going to put yourself in an unpredictable situation where you just flat out die. He didn't want to go for it. That's a free replay. Why would you not? A free replay. Only thing that'll be killing you is your pride. That's the only thing that hurts you is your pride. You don't know the mechanics. You're thinking that artifacts makes or break me? No, it do not, sir. No, it do not. It's cool, the artifacts, for me, for self. Again, for self. Let's break that down. For self. So let's swap this out. My artifacts for self helps me, number one, and the group. This bullshit right here helps everybody else. It's cool that it had that one ability to raise up my stats for 5%. And give me restores 3% of supercharge. That's it. But 9 to 10 times, all my healing powers, when I was Celestial Healer, you can watch all my videos, I never used a supercharge. I tested it out. I didn't like it. For nature, I had a supercharge for nature. I didn't like it. Supercharge for this one, again, only for the group, because that's high demand. I didn't like it. I rarely or never use a supercharge for the group. So again, artifacts is not going to do me no justice. I can care less. But the masses. And I will admit, again, back to the individuality of the artifacts. Not this bullshit for everybody else. But these bad boys right here helps the group out. It helps me help you. That's what I want. If I'm DPSing, which I'm not a very good one, I'm good enough where I don't die, but I'm not good enough to get the numbers up. When I'm trolling and just power trolling, I want a healer like this. I want a healer to have that refresh cooldown, that 20% incoming power, and that shield that rotates between him and me and give me that incoming damage. I want a healer like that, because while he's playing the support role, I want a healer with that Page of Destiny. That's pretty much the oh shit heal moments. I want that. I want that. I want them 20% crits. I want that heal over time. Those are the support roles I want. But everybody won't stand up for each other. It'd be that one eyeball by myself. Hey Hatter, where's the EOG? Hey man, EOG. Bro, orb is nice. I'm not gonna lie. The orb artifact for my Celestial when I had it was so on point. We're so on point. 9 to 12 seconds of power back to you. And, which I didn't know, because I should have kept it a little bit longer. I seen Electric Healer was explained to me in FSGE. He said, I quote, he said, look, he said, don't you know the pet heals too? I was like, get the fuck out of here. The pet heals? Yeah, he's like, when I pop that orb and the pet comes out, it heals. We're standing on the pad. You could test it out. When you get in that little lava room where the floor just all gets you on fire and it eats up 3 shields, he popped the pet was just healing. I was like, wow, I'm so unaware of that. And he's electric. I said, I love that. I love that. So if I was like my man AVTV on the YouTube channel, he got, I mean, again, it's back to the money you have. He got all the artifacts out. I would love to test I would love to hear all the tests out every artifact for support role. Of course they do. Of course they do. But they'll sit there, and I'm responding to my man in the purple tail. But they'll have their little cliques in the elites. They got their little cliques. Soon as day one, if they're not in PC, because PC get the first dibs and everything, which is fine. It is what it is. But as soon as they come over this end, they got their little cliques jumping in. Get all the little feats first, or just spam everything, and they're done. I'm pretty much sure, probably like a good, what's it been like, how long it been now? I'm going to say maybe 3 weeks, not even a month yet. I'm going to say a good even 2. This new DLC been out. Everybody got full renown on day 3, if not day 1. As soon as they done, especially the tanks, because the tanks is a dying breed. So shout out for any tanks out there who shout out to the humble tanks, because we got different mentalities of tanks. You got the asshole tanks. You got your asshole tanks, you got your cocky tanks, and you got your humble tanks. Like, look, I'll come in here, I'm bored, I don't got nothing to do, or I did all my dailies, I got this my main tune, only tune. I come in there and I help out, and he'll stay there for the long haul. I seen some of the I want to shout them out so much. It's not Success League, and I want to say that because it's 2 of them, but it's another league I want to shout out because I've seen their videos a few times, and he'll come out, help out for fun, very knowledgeable of the mechanics, and that's pretty much it. But you have these, I'm not full elite, I will help as a, hey, nothing wrong with that, do what you gotta do. My troll don't have full artifacts, bro. Again, feel free to run through all my current videos when I'm trolling everything. I have maybe 148, maybe 100, maybe an 80 something in all my arts for my troll, and power is unbelievable. Pickup game is on point. But you would think that's the guy you would want in the raid. Like, okay, I need to get this lead out the way. I see Mad Hatter on. I see Ism on. I see Wifey on. That's the player that knows the mechanics. That's the one I know is not gonna die. That's the one if I fuck up. If I make a mistake on a mechanic, I know he'll pick me up quick. I went from Hardlight to Quantum because Quantum had the advantage for the Quantum tunneling. Oh man, I know he got me. Pickups on point. If I find another group member who pickups as fast as mine, I'm falling back and chilling. I'll stand in my I'll stand in my place. He picking up faster than I am. Let him do him. And that's the DPS is picking up. I'm definitely chilling. That's a sight unseen. A consistent DPS picking up, and he's doing damage, and he's following the mechanics. Woo! Woo! That is a blessing in the sky. That's who I want. And there are mics too? What? Hey, it's rare. It's like a unicorn. It's like a Sasquatch. I seen them. I promise you. I will not lie to you. I seen 1. I seen 2. I maybe seen 3 does pickups. I promise you. They out there. They are out there. Especially little super speeding legs. Especially little super speeding legs out there running. Just dangling. They'll go for pickup, go right back to DPSing. Me as a support role, especially when the mechanics is so easy, especially if you ask for experienced players, especially if I ain't been here for so long, you know the player. Because again, DC Universe is a small world, which is even making it more sucky. This game has been out almost 3 years. The community is too small. Unless they change their name 50 times over, these tunes never change the name. I have no reason to hide. I have no reason to dip somewhere. There's no reason for it all. But the community is so small. So small. Why would you not dumb down the toxic attitude? Or why would you not have the know-how of the mechanics? And if you die right next to me, and if I know of you, and I know you should know the mechanics. I know you should know the role because you're full elite. Especially if you come in here 10 CR higher than me, you got all the artifacts in the world, and you got 600 skill points. Because I know a lot of tanks and all support roles, even DPS. Yeah, 2011, I believe. Yep, because I came in literally the day when it became free to play. Heartlight was introduced for free for players, and that's the day I came in. I literally have the disc still on my little slot over here with the rest of the old discs of PlayStation 2s and PlayStation 1 games and PS4. And if you've been here that long, and if you die next to me and I'm a support role, I promise you, as a healer, I might do it as a troll, but as a healer, and I know that you know better, and you die the dumbest mechanic, I promise anything I love, I'll let you. I will not pick you up. That just low key petty. I will not pick you up. Especially, and I give you examples. PCE, you die next to me, I won't pick you up. DME, you die, I will not pick you up. I will not. If we go into, oh man, I'm not gonna say shattered. If we go into, and I can't think of the elite raid, but Manta on first boss, and you die from Manta hit you with that skull, or you die from not picking up the bombs, I will not pick you up. I swear on anything I love. I wouldn't care as my own mama. I will not pick you up. I will not. I can't, bro. I will do it as you know. You have to know. Again, let me rephrase that again, and let me repeat. If raid mechanics 10-1 block exactly, and let me add to that too. Is Ismail, if I pronounce your name right, I apologize if I didn't. Remember the raid, the Lanterns raid, Carol Farros from the first and last. Perfect example from the last. It's in big and bold, as clear, big as my chest. The symbol of my chest you can see. That's how big it is on your screen from left to right in bold red. That tells you when the mechanics is about to come. That's a you problem. Then a second or two later, when a big ass skull comes on the boss, and you don't block, that sounds like a you problem. So if I'm still consistently picking your ignorant ass up 10 times, and you looking at my scoreboard where it shows 8 to 12 to 14 to 16 pickups, and we literally at the first boss, still standing stuck on stupid the first boss in PCE, in DME, and whatever E's out there, if we're still seeing those type of numbers, why on God green earth should I pick you up? Now let's just say we form a relation. Now, I'm not saying a relationship like it's, oh man, we know each other, we're cool. No. We formed a relation, meaning I know of you now. I know of you. So we go jump into another raid, maybe a new one. You might learn something new in the next DLC. Who knows? But if I see you drop over something and we go into the same raid or we go to a new raid, again, new raids and new raids, we get passes on those. But after a month later, you grinding? A month of grinding for renown? And you full renown before me? You got full elite gear over me? You got over 500 skill points? I don't? Or if you got all the artifacts, 200, and I don't? But you keep dying over ignorant mechanics? Why? Please answer me this question. You answer me this question with a straight face and an honest answer, something I can get behind. Why should I pick you up? Why? That is the problem right there. If we form the relationship, I come in, you're a new player, I don't know of you, you probably change your name 10 times over because I don't know. People change their name, I don't know. And you go in there, you die a couple times, okay, great, maybe we don't know mechanics. Respectfully, hey, anybody know the mechanics? Okay, we come in, nobody say anything, because that's even a problem too. That's a big problem too. No. we'll give them the pass because this is the problem too. A lot of players don't know, but scared to openly admit because again, it's elite. It's a day, it's a week old, it's 2 weeks old, or they just came back. They don't know. So people too scared to say, hey man, it's one player out of 7. Hey man, I don't know the mechanics, or I'm here from day one. I want to test my limits on elite, see how good I am as a player. No problem. Why would you not? Why would you not? Then you sit here, but you don't say anything because again, the masses got everybody stuck on stupid. And again, everybody's a different caliber of player. Like me, honestly, I'm not gonna say I'm the best player in the world or blah blah, because again, I listen to the other leaders out there, the other guys who play on PC. I send tells to other guys like, hey man, like what's your advice on this mechanic, or what's your advice on this mechanic, or what you think you do. I'll jump in my tank, try it out 1 or 2 times. If I know I can't do it, hey, I apologize for any inconvenience. I excuse myself. But I'm not gonna sit there and waste everybody's fucking time 20, 30, 40, 50 minutes on one boss when predominantly in DC Universe the boss is done in 14, 15 minutes or less, because we got all this OP burn or everybody know the mechanics. Because I've seen it happen before. Hell, I'm videoing it, live feeding it. So I'll give the guy a chance. But if he won't say anything and he or she's scared to say anything about the mechanics, they don't know the mechanics, or they're doing dumb stuff like rolling all over the place, no problem. You see it for yourself. Then I'm gonna ask, say, hey, where do you know the mechanics, or do you need help with anything, or what you're not seeing? Give some tips, give some pointers. And they think they got it. Okay, they don't got it. I will get up again. But after 3, 4 times, okay, now it becomes to, hey, it worked out. You tried your best. Thank you. Excuse yourself. That's it. Just bow gracefully. But you got ones, and I've seen this too plenty of times. Anytime you run elite, and let's just say nobody's in the same league or whatever, but everybody knows the mechanics, and one guy tries it and he's not good. It could be a troll or predominantly healer and DPS, or that one DPS is messing up the mechanic to get everybody else killed, because that's happened too. A player will get somebody else killed for not following mechanics, and they do it too many times. People will literally disband the group over one person, and that's even ignorant to even do that. Just ask him to excuse himself, or kick humbly, respectfully, let him know, hey man, we're about to kick you, and go from there. Kick him. It's part of the game. You tried your best. It didn't work out. That's it. We tried every example. Cross our T's, dot your I's. We asked you if you know the mechanics. You said you did, or you said you didn't. We explained to you the mechanics. You're still dying. What's going on? You get me killed over something silly. Hey, I think you just need to step out so we can get this done. Why am I going to disband the group? Start all over again, shouting for rare roles that can't get picked up. It doesn't make any sense to do that. Kick the guy. Hell, even your own league mate. And that's a problem too with your own fellow leagues. Even my own league. I'm not gonna bring somebody in the elite knowing full well they know how to do it. If they want to try it, sure. I'm a solo healer. I'll bring you in. Test your weight. Oh man, RWE. That should have been a raid. I just ran out there with a healer that wasn't healing, and their health was depleting by the time they didn't have enough time to get to the symbols, to the letters. Then everybody getting a chance. So I just stayed there just to be standing there. We get it all figured out. So the healer figures out that little shenanigan. Then he comes back where the symbols was called out. He's healing. He gave everybody a chance. Heal them through it to get to the symbols. Once they clear the symbols, then he went and grabbed the symbol, because predominantly at that time the single boss is on the tank. So I'm holding it down. Then once he got the symbol, what he did was he ran literally across the room, but he wasn't healing. So I looked. I said, bro, you got to heal. You got to heal while you're running back. If you're trying to make that your sweet spot, and you're running back. You got to heal too as you're going back. Yep. I will say this challenging, which is a challenge and frustrating too, and it speaks volumes if I tank it. We was going for the. I'm just gonna say I don't know the exact name, but it's like you don't touch flash feet. So me and the guy, he sends me tells, very nice guy, super positive about everything. He always sends me tells, so we'll try to go in there. And we went one time, he needed help. Went in to try to get the feet to all the ads can't touch flash. So I tried on my tank. I was like, okay, this is crazy. They're all over the place. All right, we got 2 tanks. We decided to split the board up. Had to literally talk to my throwers raw of the tactic to get this feat. Somehow I went left with that conversation. And I didn't understand that. So the tank got mad, and I'm definitely, because I saved a lot of clips, so I saved it where he just got mad, and he get mad, he just got frustrated, and he was like, chill bro, it's a game. I'm like, I'm not yelling at you, I'm not screaming at you, I'm trying to understand like why you're dying. That's what I'm trying to say. We had a plan. You told us this tank is not your strongest tank, and if you can see me, I'm doing air quotes in the air. This is not my strongest tank, so let me back out and get my strongest tank. He brings out a rage tank. The rage tank was dying too. He wasn't holding the ads on his side. So now when he wasn't dying, he held the ads. The wave spawn rate of the ads was in our favor. He was good with 3 ads, and somehow he still died. Now I got frustrated over 20 minutes of rinse repeat of the same thing, because now it's not my fault, it's not the DPS fault, the responsibility lies on you. Bro, what's going on? Why are you dying? Hey, chill bro, chill. No, I'm not gonna chill no more. What's the problem? Because you're dying, so you help me help you. Tell me the problem. Tell me the problem so I can help you out. He couldn't. So I had to back out and find another tank. Or I had to back out, get some tanks, and I had to back out and switch to my healer. And we just sitting there shouting for all day. But RWE is a force to be reckoned with. It helps you focus on the mechanics. I think PCE is another one too, Ismael. PCE for the first boss is definitely mechanics. You have to avoid certain things. You literally have to stick to your role. I love it because I think they should do more role based, not buff troll based. But again, PCE, you cannot buff troll your way through PCE. They need to bring up the CR level on that. They really do, and then make some rare drops in there just to make people go back in there. If we're gonna force anything, force most of these games, even excuse me, Hive as elite, first and last boss, bump up or remix most of these raids like that and force the mechanics on people. No, it's not. My max, I stayed in there one time for an hour, just live feed it, because again, don't have nothing to do. But for me, 20-30 minutes for first boss, this is a problem. It becomes a conversation. Everybody need to get on mics. Because if you're not getting on the mic, what's automatically you're thinking? Oh, if he doesn't get if he's not on the mic, A, we assume that he automatically knows, or B, he's too cocky, he think he knows, or 3, he really do knows. I've done that, but I know. But when it comes down to being frustrated, oh, I'm getting on the mic. Let's talk. What is the problem? Maybe y'all don't know. Maybe y'all didn't experiment. Maybe y'all don't know something that someone else allegedly taught you that was wrong. Exactly. People still die, bro. People still die in Zoo E on first boss. From who? From Joker Bat one shot from his skull. He do that slow ass skull, the slow ass mounting, and that slow ass charging to you, and people still die from that. That is still the most funniest raid I love to go in all the time. It's great you get the rare drop at the ending, but it's funny as shit when you go to the first boss. Funny. Technically, excuse me, the second boss, because nobody really counts the first one because the actual commander bats. Everybody will mow all that down, but as soon as you get to that first one, that second boss with the Joker, and then the next one when he goes down, that everybody else is pretty much it's crazy. I can rank it up. Oh, I need one more. Flashpoint, Brainiac, whatever. Let me go back there. Alright, on that note, pretty much discuss as far as we can discuss about buff versus troll. But yeah, definitely team power troll all day. Don't spend your money. Don't follow the masses. Follow the mechanics. Follow your powers to your fullest ability. Test each power, whether you're a troll, whether you're a healer, whether you're even a DPS, whether you're a tank. Test each power at its fullest. Don't follow the masses. That's all I can say. Let's turn it around. Let's turn DCUO around on the right way, not the cocky number chasing way, not the don't do it. So, on that note,